Hi y'all, my name is Carrie Freshour and I'm a geographer at UW, and I'm part of a really rad research team of students and faculty, and we call ourselves the People's Geography.
I'm Christian Anderson, and I'm an associate professor of interdisciplinary arts and sciences at the University of Washington, Bothell.
Hi, I'm Soohyung Hur, and I'm a PhD student at the Department of Geography at University of Washington in Seattle.
Hi, my name is Dejai Mitchell. I am a Master's of Urban Planning student for the College of Built Environments at the University of Washington.
Hi, my name is Elena Lecoq, and I just recently graduated from the University of Washington with my Bachelor's of Social Work.
Hi, my name is Anthony, and I'm a senior at the University of Washington, majoring in geography.
Today, we'd like to share some of our experiences doing participatory and community-oriented research with the King County Equity Now research team. So many folks think of the university as a place where people go to learn, where students go to be filled with knowledge from quote-unquote experts. Many people also view the university as a stepping stone to a better paying job, maybe in the tech industry, Amazon or Microsoft for folks living in Seattle. And some people, unfortunately, have a really negative relationship with the university, right? Where universities can take from the community without really ever giving back. But this summer, a small group of us got together in response to the uprisings sweeping the nation and Seattle King County. And we really wanted to find a way to connect with and support the goals and mission of King County Equity Now and all of the coalitional partners emerging within KCEN. So we reached out to KCEN and met with several members of the research team, Sean Glaze, Latanya Severe, and Isaac Cameron. And we asked, what are the questions or projects that they really needed help with to further the demands emerging out of KCEN, particularly those demands around unused public parcels of land in Seattle King County. We wanted to really put the public back in the public university. And this is how our work began. Now, as geographers, people who think about space and place, we really, really wanted to think about how anti-Black violence and police murders are connected to the places in which we live, work, and play. And for Seattle, as many folks watching these videos know, there have been a long and pretty violent, ugly history of racial segregation, displacement, and gentrification that KCEN is really, really working to unearth and bring to the public light. Now, this history, of course, is embedded within local knowledges of people who have lived here long before we came to the scene, right? And within elders within the community. So we want to make sure, we're not pretending or claiming that we thought up or developed this knowledge in this process, but we're really supporting this work that's already been here. While some of us draw on the skills we learned in the university, you don't need to be in a university or have gone to university to do research. There are a lot of other ways to do it that might actually surprise y'all. Here are 5 surprising things maybe you didn't know about research and how it works.
So you got your research topic and now you're wondering, how am I going to find information that covers this? You have Yahoo, you have Bing, you have Google, you even have Google Scholar. And of course, you could just search whatever you need to on these sites, but you're missing one integral part of the information gathering process. And that's people. See, not everything is documented on the internet or in scholarly journals/documents. A lot of information is held within those who live just blocks away from you. People are the original storytellers, they're the original Googles, they're the original documenters. From stories about unfair treatment to lost languages. It's people who give you that uncensored information and place-based experience that's key to solving and understanding research topics that you just cannot find in physical or virtual text. So if you're thinking, this research process is a little bit overwhelming and a tad bit hard, just remember, it only takes one conversation to truly get the ball rolling.
Do you know how to use the internet? Then you're already halfway there to being a really good researcher. Some projects do require accessing academic articles and databases that might require special access through the university. However, for this particular project, I was able to find everything that I needed through publicly available information and retrace the history of KCEN's demand sites as far back as the early 1900s. Websites such as blackpast.org, Seattle Times Archives, South Seattle Emerald, and University of Washington's Labor History Project are all really great places to start. I also recommend the King County Parcel Viewer that lets you see who owns which property in King County at any point in time. You can also check out University of Washington's digital collections as well as densho.org that hosts really cool pictures, videos, audios, and interviews that tell a very important history of Seattle. You'll be really surprised at how far Googling can get you. So, you're already more than ready to conduct really robust research as long as you know how to Google.
Research is not actually about specialized individuals knowing stuff by themselves. It's about all kinds of people knowing different things and figuring out how to hold and make knowledge together. In other words, research is always collective, and that's really good news. Even if it seems like we're working alone, anytime we engage with texts or information or make arguments or use words that have shared meanings, we're always in conversation with all kinds of people and connecting with forms of knowing and thinking that are way bigger than any one person. Just think about all the ways we could connect with each other and ask interesting questions and understand new things if we think about research this way.
Now, you may think you do not have tools to do the research, like having access to a laboratory, but that's actually a misconception. While it is true that in some projects you do need to have access to a lab, not all research is science-based. Research can be simple and does not need to sound complex or be intimidating. As Drew previously said, all of our research was available through publicly available information without needing access to these tools or needing a fancy degree like a PhD. I was able to do all of this research from the comfort of my own home without having that level of education or having access to those fancy tools. I previously thought that I wasn't qualified or had the knowledge to do research, but after joining this project, I realized that anyone can do some research and be a researcher.
As previously mentioned, you don't need to be a genius or a PhD to do research. All it takes is curiosity and a passion for a topic. The driving force because the work takes a lot of time and patience. For me, I joined the team to support the Black community following the protest for George Floyd. I really wanted to do something that would help create some change, and I learned a lot about the Black community that I didn't know along the way. Doing work that betters the community in some way made the work not seem like work at all. It was all the more enjoyable working with cool people fighting for the same cause. In the end, we came together and produced this cool story map for King County Equity Now that shows their demand sites as well as their history. You'll be able to check it out on the King County Equity Now site soon.
So we'll end this short video by showing you some of the story map we've created for King County Equity Now. And this map, as Anthony touched on in his section, right, is really meant to be flexible. It's meant to move with the knowledge and demands that continue to grow and build out of KCEN's work. In doing this work, though, we hope to contribute to the movement for Black lives and the work of KCEN. We also hope to flip the role of the university from one of complicity or even harm to one that supports and bolsters the work of the community and invites more people in, as well as encourages meaningful work across. Thanks for watching, and we hope this is useful for those of you who want to do research of your own. And we'd also really like to send a special thanks to Sean Glaze and Latanya Sevier for all their support along the way and for inviting us to do this video podcast.